Ball's loose, turned it over. Paul George. He's good for nearly 21 points a game. Coming off a career year last season. And Paul George, nice spin. His first bucket here in the first. There's Paul George. Spinning, hanging, jumper good. Matt, I tell you, we talked to a couple of OKC personnel before the game, and they've got the same concerns as you. And there's Paul George with a three. They're thinking maybe another 5 games to see if this can't work out.
Yeah.
Of course, in mid-December, you know, GMs can start making some decisions on what to do. Ball's loose, picked up by Westbrook. Feeds it off to George. He'll go inside, wrap around bucket around Ingles. Billy Donovan's gone bench except for Paul George. And Robertson, shot is good. Paul George deep.
This is where the Thunder are going to be good this year. If the game is close in the fourth quarter, they have 3 scorers on the court that can create their own shots. The Thunder are going to win out based on talent. We'll see if that happens tonight.
Paul George between the legs. Rudy rides him. It's up and in. And a foul.
Adams set up by George. I'll tell you what, the Thunder is playing good physical defense. Odd man break, alley-oop. Westbrook to Grant, who serves up a little bit of rattlesnake jam. Rubio coughs it up over the top. Westbrook singled up with Hood, who just gets out of the way. Timeout, Utah. Great action here. George for 3 from Russ. From the nail, George. Somebody underneath the basket said, there you go, because PG-13 was having trouble finding the range. He was 1 of 7. Oh, that's a pretty fancy drive. And a little bit of Statue of Liberty before the flush for...
Is this PG-13? Oh, no. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Oh.
By the way, trivia question, not really a trivia question, but Michael, when was the last time you saw a team that had 4 starters with single-digit numbers? Paul said, okay. It's a 2-second difference between game and shot clock. How did he grab that? And how did he finish that? George finds Grant underneath the basket.
They've done a great job of making them go left-right with the basketball. How about that left-right crossover? That's a Paul George special.
George trying to go coast to coast in the paint, forced to give it up. Gets it back in the corner, launches up a 3 and hits it.
It's important for Ricky to have a good game tonight if the Jazz are going to come out on top.
His last 2, 5.5 turnovers, 8.5 points, only 2 of 7 from downtown. So he's been up and down throughout the season. Rodney coming off a brilliant 29-point game against San Antonio. Hit 12 of 24 from the floor. In fact, his last 5, Matt, he's averaged 20 a game. Ball's off the rim, loose. Inside, fighting hard. Paul George the bucket, 7 in the quarter. Ball knocked down. Utah turns it over.
This is where Oklahoma City is so good. They're underrated. Their defense, as far as getting in passing lanes, is these deflections. I know they're number 1 in the NBA in deflections and steals.
Tough shot, no. Good D. Jazz shut down that baseline. Cephalosha on the run against Felton. Blocked from behind and out of nowhere. Paul George flies up and swats that ball into the second row.
And this is that length that I was talking about a couple minutes ago.
Patterson. Jumper takes it, knocks it down. Signed as a free agent. So Ingles brought it across the timeline. Easy bucket. George now throws it down. He's got 13.5 off the Joe Ingles turnover. And underneath the pass to George.
How did Westbrook find that?
Now off the legs of Ingles. And Rubio fouls at midcourt. Here's Tabo. Oh, throws it away.
He got caught in the air.
George off balance.
Oh, tough shot. Tough shot coming into his off leg.
George hot. Ingles so nearly turned it over. 6 on the shot clock. Westbrook inside. George gets it back. Favors comes out to contest.
He's not the guy.
George again. Back-to-back 3 balls.
The Jazz got caught in full rotation.
George fires a strike. Westbrook behind the back. Wrap it up. And he'll shoot 2.
How about 6 steals for Paul George? 6 steals tonight for George.
George got away from O'Neal. Rips the net for 3 more.
He's good tonight. He's having a nice game. Give him credit. Paul George is playing some basketball tonight.
24 for George, 22 for Westbrook. 9-point game.
He brought Adams over to try to block a shot, which freed up Favors on that offensive board.
How about Paul George, a little knuckleball jumper, 26.
Jazz last night, 19 turnovers in Minnesota. And on the other end, a jumper straight down the barrel and a nice shot by Paul George. Thabo Sefolosha just checked in. And the first bucket goes right to Paul George, and it's up and over. Thabo for the bucket. Paul George on a stop-and-go drive, and there's a first inside bucket I can remember since early in this ball game. Rubio, 8 straight points for Utah. And right back at you. But watch out, he's a streak shooter. Paul George, here's George, pumps up a 3. Left alone, got it. Watch out.
He's too good to be wide open. Well, Donovan's getting a little dose of what being hot and guarding a superstar is all about. Paul George now, he's got it rolling.
Adams lost the handle. It's picked back up. 7 on the shot clock. On the kick out to Carmelo. 3. Down it goes. Anthony nearly stolen. Never saw Rubio. AB tried to go inside. George scoots in for 2. He's got 19 on the night. George working the crossover against Mitchell. Westbrook deep. Got it.
Okay, watch out here.
Paul George drives around Sefolosha. Nice move. And 1. That's it. Crowd's up. Jazz knock off the Thunder. The big 3 go down in SLC. Westbrook an off night. Paul George tried to carry him. So did Carmelo Anthony. But the Jazz put 5 players in double figures. And they take the win, 96-87.